Congratulations on your purchase. This video is to explain how to optimize the Expert Advisor to work best for you. I will show you a small chart here that explains a few things or shows a few things. First off, as you can see, this is the set files for the Expert Advisor. Set file means a combination of inputs that will give different results for different kind of market movements. So sometimes the market is low volatility, sometimes there is short trend, medium volatility, strong quick trend, and so forth. Now this set file that I got from optimization is best to be used when there is a medium volatility market, but sometimes I want lose. So if there's high volatility, I'll lose. This will lose. Here we'll lose so much. Now second set file, you can see that it's doing best here. Third one is best here at 18,000. Fourth one here, and so forth, all the way to this one is doing very good here. Now, what does that mean? Now, if I were to say there is an expert advisor that would deal with all market condition, there is absolutely no expert advisor that can do that. Why? Because the expert advisor cannot predict what's going to happen in the future. It does know what's going to happen in the future, but I can back test certain chunks of time and say, okay, please test this period here from this place to this place, then it will actually give me the high volatility test from April 4th until April 14th. Then I would name this set file high volatility. Then when there is a high volatility in the market, I can use that set file. Now, if I don't do that and I say, no, I don't want to do that, I just want to optimize for a whole year, 2022 April, 2023 April, so that gives me 1 year. I want to just get average. You can do that. There's no problem. But you will get average. You will not get the best results. So what does the average means? Average means you will lose sometimes and you will win sometimes. But if you do the chunks and you divide your expert advisor set files for different market condition, and I say, okay, just test from this guy here to this guy, and this is a sideways test place from here to here, then now I can name these set files for this specific movement, market movement, and then I can use it when the market movement is typical to that. So when there's high volatility, I use the high volatility set file. When there's sideways, I use this. When there's medium, I use that. When there's slow, I use this, This is for slow, this is for, Now, if I do that, then I will maximize my profit and minimize my losses. Now, why doesn't the EA does that by itself? It's an expert advisor after all. Why it can't do that by itself is because the expert advisor cannot predict what's going to happen in the future. Now it might know that there is a high volatility at this second, at this bar, at this second of time, but the next second it doesn't know. Maybe the market will come the next second, the next 1 minute, the next 10 seconds, the next 10 bars, this next 5 bars. No, it doesn't know what's going to happen, so it will not be able to predict which kind of market it is. Only it knows what happened, but it does not know what's going to happen. That's why I would do back test for chunks of time and then have at least 5 or 6 set files, that I can use at different times myself. Now I know tomorrow there is Fed stocking, so tomorrow there's going to be high volatility. After tomorrow there is Christmas, there's going to be high volatility. New Year, different circumstances. There's war going to happen. There, I know that tomorrow, after tomorrow, there's going to be volatility. You know what I mean? There's going to be high, medium, or low, or sideways. You know, at the end of the month, there's sideways, for example. Sideways. I know that at the end of the month, a lot of people are not trading. You know, at after 10 o'clock at night, no one is trading. So the market is sideways. So I use that set file. But the expert the advisor does not know. It can back test, and have chunks like this, and then I can use these chunks at certain times. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of expert advisors that made it to the top chart of MQL website, and they were selling for $12,000 and $15,000, and all of a sudden, it got so many bad reviews, and it dropped to the 20th page. It actually disappeared. And if after selling for $12,000 or $15,000, now it's selling for $300. Why is that happening? Is that because the expert advisor is not good? No, it's not because of that. It's because they have not told their customers about this. They told them, take the expert advisor, it will deal with everything, and there's no expert advisor that will deal with everything. Their expert advisor was tested or back tested for a certain time or period. Now, in the future, after 1 month, after 2 weeks, after 1 week, even after 1 year, it might be different. The market might be different. Then it might lose. You know, the market changes all the time. So if I don't have chunks like this and I don't do the optimization myself, then the expert advisor will fail. So how do I do the optimization? Make sure first is you go to the view and make sure you put or check the strategy tester, make sure it's on. And if you go here, it will see, it will say the strategy tester. And then here you will pick the expert advisor that you are testing. This is the this is Trend Tops, our lazy boy expert advisor. And make sure you pick the symbol, then time period. Our expert advisor, lazy boy expert advisors always use 1 minute. Now for the period. Now I have to identify the period myself. So I say, okay, please give me from April 4th until April, you know, 4th here until April 14 here. So give me 10 days. And this test will be for high volatility. You can see went up all the way, down all the way, up all the way again, down all the way again. And this is very high volatility. These are high volatility. Now, if I do the results, I get the results for this time or this period, then I would name the set file high volatility period. Then I would go and do this period and then say this is sideway period, sideway. Now, if I do this, I would say this is medium or slow, you know, this is medium from here to here and so forth. If I keep on doing that, then we'll have different set files that I can use at different times as I see fit. Now, for this, I would, now this is for 1 year. I don't want for 1 year. I want for the 10 days, right? So April 4th until April 14th. This will do the 10 days. And then 10 milliseconds, this is the best to do. This is average. And make sure that it's every tick based on real tick. Now for the deposit, make sure it's your deposit. So I'm using $10,000, $5,000, and so forth. You put it. This is your leverage as well that you got from your broker. Some brokers give 200, 10%. Some brokers actually go up to 1,000. So I would pick my leverage, and then I would go for the fast. This is the best because it doesn't take as long time as the slow one or the other one. And then I will pick for the balance max, so the highest balance or the highest profit. Now I would to go to inputs and then pick the key inputs. I don't want to pick everything because the test will take very, very long. So I want to only pick the key inputs. For example, this expert advisor has something called hedging. I want to use it with hedging or without. So I only pick this, and this will give us 2 tests. Now this, use the expert advisor's preset inputs or use my inputs. So I picked this, so it also has two or has four high settings. Yes, it has high safety, balance, high performance, advanced settings. So advanced settings is this. What I have down here is this is the advanced setting. Now if I wanted to test all of it, of course. So I want to go from advanced setting all the way to high. Now, as well, I can test for the lot size. I want it to start at zero point 0.1, increase by 0 0.1, and stop at 1 ounce. So that gives us 10 results or 10 tests. Take profit as well. Start at 5. Step $5. So every $5 it will test. And then I'll stop at $100. Now, if I have big account, I can increase that. If I have small account, small balance, I can decrease that. Because if I have only 500, I can't take, profit 100 at a time. I want to take maybe $3 or $5 at a time. Same thing with the maximum positions. I also want this. So as you can see, there's a tick that I choose every time. Now, as you can see here, starts at one position at a time, increase by one, and stop at 10. If my account is big, I can actually do 50 positions, all the way to 50 positions, or I can do all the way to 100 positions. And that will give us 10 tests, and of course if I pick more, then it will be more than that. And then also there is something called a grid system, and I want to also test with or without, so I picked that. And then the total tests will be this, which is multiplications of all these. And then if I press on start, it will actually start doing the test, and it will give me a different tab when it's done. Now, what are the agents? The agents are my computer that I'm using right now and all scores, and if I have connected computers to my network. So if you have more than one computer in your home or in your office, you can actually tie them to this computer that you're using that has this MetaTrader platform application. And you can only, for these connected computers, you only have to download something called tester agent or MetaTrader agent test. So once you put them, then they will appear in here, and once you press on start, a new tab will appear for optimization, and it will start optimizing the code or the inputs that you picked here for the certain period that you picked, and it will give you the best results. Now after that's done, all I have to do is right click, of course, on the new tab that will be here, down here. I'll have to right click on it, and then I will say I will pick save file. So once I save it, you just name it for this period. I will name it high volatility, and then I will go back to here and I say I want to, for sideways, I want to test from 26 until 29. This is for sideways, and then I will do again start, and I will do another test. Once it's done, right click on the test result that you want, the highest one, the highest profit basically, and save it and name it sideway market, for example. And then that way you will have more than one test file that you can use at different periods, and you can maximize your profit and minimize your losses. Now if I say I don't want all that, I just want to get something average, so pick 2022 for example, 1 year back, April and 14th, so April 14th, but 1 year different. So that will do 1 year, but it will give you average. It will give you average for full year. So it will not give you too much profit or too many losses. It will give you something average in between, but that's not the best results. And this is not the best way to go about the expert advisor. The other way, which you will have more than one set file that you can use at different volatility or different market conditions, that will be the best way to go. I hope that this is clear, and thank you and have a good day.